introduction of Claudia, and then Jason and I can kind of introduce ourselves as well.
Yeah, great. Hey, everybody. I'm Jason. I'm the Executive Director of Sales at CalMill, and I work with Claudia and Mary closely. And of course, Claudia is doing a great job in the Southeast region with Beach and AFM, et cetera. So it's great to be with everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys feel free to drop us information down in the chat, and Jason and I will answer. And Mary's really just going to take it away and walk you through just some new CalMill awesomeness. We're excited to be here.
Definitely scan the QR code if you don't have Claudia's info, and you can save her. She's a great resource. And then all the rep groups that you guys work with of ours are also great resources. So
thank you.
Thank you so much, and we'll get started. We love working with you. I got this picture from Claudia of, I believe, the Tampa crew. So thank you guys for your partnership. It's just been amazing, and we're looking forward to continuing to grow with you. Awesome. So we just start with a brief overview for those of you that aren't as familiar with this. I know most of you are very familiar with CalMill, but what we always like to start with is just a quick overview of our materials so that you guys know. Obviously, we have our amazing, beautiful catalog that has a lot of great product in it, but we also want to reiterate that if you see any material on this slide, whether it's the plastic, the melamine, the stainless steel, wire, wood, or mixing any of those, and you've got an item that's outside of our catalog that you need help with, you need help sourcing, or the tariffs have made it really hard to get, or the pricing's gone up, reach out to us, because we are making all of this in North America for the most part. And we're not really dealing as much with tariffs as some others may be. So we really want you guys to think of us as the materials we thrive in, and think, the options are endless, and custom is really, really easy to do with us. And so this is just to reiterate, again, being located in North America and overseeing all of our own manufacturing, it just allows us to be really flexible for you guys. It's a great selling tool when you're out in the field and you're able to say, let's design something together, and then come to our team and get a quote really, really quickly. So it's really fun, and we'll show you a couple examples here. This is kind of going to show you, like I said, we can turn around a quote within 1 to a few days, depending on how complicated. And then the lead time is usually 4 to 6 or 8 weeks. So just keep all of this in mind. And I'm going to show you a couple of fun examples that we've recently done. So this was a hotel customer that loved our original cinderwood tray that had stainless steel handles, and all they wanted was one little tweak. They were like, I love this, but I'd love to see it in your gold color handles instead of the stainless. So we went ahead and did this render for them to approve. And once they approved, we headed over to their Instagram and grabbed a shot of it in action because we thought it looked really great. So you can see how easy it is for a customer to tweak things of ours and just say, I love this, but I'd love to see it in a different size or color, and how quickly and easily that is. You can also see on the right side of the page that there was a recent customer that loved our Monterey Schaefer that comes in the white and the Madeira wood, but they really wanted to have it in the Empire Gold and the walnut, which are trending right now. So we were able to quickly and easily do that for them. So a lot of things to keep in mind. We're always happy to share these examples with you, or share this deck with you after, so that when you're out in the field talking to customers, you can show examples and just say, here's the options that I have at my fingertips. And then we know we make really beautiful products that we're really, really proud of, but we also wanted to kind of give you guys some insights about some of our maybe not as aesthetic products that we actually do really well with for chains, or for convenience stores, or any of those types of places, for back of the house storage. Or this is a fun one down on the bottom left for Smoothie King, where we actually do their DoorDash pickup area. So when a DoorDash person comes in to pick up an order, it's labeled right there in the cup holder. And then we do their gift card holder, and we'll do different spice racks. So there's just a lot of different projects that we've worked on for different areas than what you may think of us for. So we would love for you guys to think of us for these other opportunities that we could really help get you nice price point and great lead times on. And then we wanted to share some of our fastest growing newer collections that we've launched over the past few years, so you can kind of see what style has really been trending. So Sydney was our collection launch of 2024 last year, and it's been the fastest growing collection launch we've ever had. And then Blonde and Newport here in the middle are kind of that like light coastal airy feel, and both of those are taking off as well. And so we know that that trend is here to stay. And then you'll see our two gray wood collections are also trending right now and are in our top 7 selling categories and collections. So just really a great overview to see what's doing well and kind of what people are gravitating towards. And on that note, so we launched a lot of product this year in 2025, and here's kind of a screenshot of a lot of the different pieces. So for a chance to win a gift card, if you guys want to throw it in the chat, I know Jason and Claudia will be monitoring, but how many products do you think we launched this year? We would love to know. You guys can let me know what's going on in the chat because I can't see.
Natasha's at 500. Brooke's got 527. Way to go, Brooke. Okay,
Ooh, look at
Tammy's
Patrick.
at 300. Patrick Daly's going 700. Love it. Ian,
Going
868.
strong.
Big swinger. I love it.
I say Brooke
Veronica,
takes
425.
it.
Leslie's at
Let's
900. Man, there's some close ones for sure. I love the enthusiasm.
Nice
I
job,
would
you
say
guys.
let's give it to Brooke because we launched 575 items, so that was the closest guess. Thank you guys for jumping in and guessing here. And I wish we could launch 900. That would be wild. But yes, we launched 575 items. It was our biggest launch here yet, and you can just see the variety of products from the chrome here to the gold and black to the bento boxes we talked about that you'll be getting a promotion on, to a variety of neutral colored dinnerware, to now having resin. So really we were able to launch in a bunch of different categories, and we'll share more about that in a few. We did want to talk about our trendologist, Karen. So if you've never met her, you can meet her here on this slide. This is Karen Millman. She's incredible. And her job title is trendologist, which is really, really fun. So her job is to go out and look for trends in food and in hotel lobbies and in retail and bring that back to our team and say, here's really what we're seeing. And then that's how we come up with our products. So here's a couple of mood boards on the right side of the screen. We're happy to share these with you so that you can have them for your customers. It really shows a great overview of what's trending and then what pieces we've come out. So you can see the pedestal shape on this coffee table here that really inspired our pedestal risers in Newport. You can see the split wood design on the back of this chair and how that really inspired the split wood on the side of our new beverage dispenser. We're seeing signage adhered right onto serveware now. So people are taking decal machines and going ahead and putting the label of what the food is on the actual tray, which we think is really fun. We're seeing a lot of roaming carts going around a room to really make it an interactive, fun event for catering events. We're seeing the playful bentos everywhere, and that's why we have it as a promotion for you guys, because it's one of our fastest growing melamine lines, and we'll get into more of that later. Over here, we're seeing a lot of this bubble shape. If you've noticed it in different plant stands or stools or things like that, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, and we added it to our beverage dispenser for this year. We're seeing matcha everywhere, so just another food trend that we're loving. We continue to see these arches that you see on these shelves here. So that's why we launched our arched gold display that will be coming out in a couple different finishes next year. So that's a little sneak peek for you. So really just a lot of fun things that we're able to provide you to really make you the expert out in the field when talking to your customer about what's trending and how you can get them elevated to the next level. And if you want to continue to be an expert with us in the trend area, we want to propose to you that you can let us co-host a trends call for one of your customers or multiple of your customers, really just to go over the catering trends and what we're seeing in furniture and design and things like that that I just showed you. And we make it really fun. We make it short and sweet, but we really allow you to become the expert to your customer and for them to really lean on us when they're looking to make those upgrades. So please keep that in mind. Jump in the chat if you're interested in hosting one, or when we send follow-up after this meeting, you can always reply there and let us know that you're interested, and we'll go ahead and get one set up. And some of the customers that we think this is perfect for are the ones that are either design forward and trend aware, or not even at all, because maybe it's those that, you know, need a little help in that area. That would be great to have a call with. We also love the customers that are eager to share their insights. Whenever customers share their insights with us, it gives us a lot of product ideas to go back to the drawing board on. So we love that kind of connection. If they're exploring any future upgrades or remodeling, it's a great time to suggest a call like this. And then anyone interested in a partnership, we just think this is so great because we already have that great partnership with you guys, and then we could align with them and just become strategic together. So keep this in mind, and we're really excited about this opportunity with you guys. And then another proposal that we have for you is that we have lookbooks that we are creating on my marketing team to allow us to kind of help you be that expert and be your easy button. So here's an example. The photo on the left was from the NRA show in Chicago this year. And we had a customer that followed up after the show and was like, I really loved your Madeira display that was mixed with the white Juno. Just seeing that rustic wood with the bright white metal really came to life for me, and I would love to see that set up as a breakfast display. So we went ahead and rendered that for them here on the right, and we were able to quickly get that over to them, and they've placed multiple orders for different K through 12 actually dining halls. So it's really exciting, and it's something that we would love to offer you. So keep that in mind. Again, pop something in the chat or send us follow-up after, and we're happy to start working on these for you and your customers. Here's another example where a college and university sent us over a trend deck. You can see the page here on the left. They were going for that really fun kind of Gen Z, colorful, playful vibe. And then they were asking for melamine that we recommended. And then we threw that page together on the right that really showed all of our colorful, playful melamine that goes with their vibe. So this was a really fun one. I believe they ended up going with white, which was really funny, but they did end up placing that order. And we really see a lot of great turnaround on orders whenever we put these books together for your customers. And then this is another fun one just to share some more countertop renders that we can quickly and easily do. So the customer was interested in our heritage collection, which you can see up here on the left, but they wanted to see it mixed in with our Sydney collection and make sure that it all looked good together. So we went ahead and showed that. And then down below, we had a customer show us their dark wood finish on their tables, and they wanted to see how the oak wood would look on top. So we're able to do it with the dark wood. We're able to show it on the marble. So a lot of great things to keep in mind. And then as far as custom, we can always take a logo and etch it onto the wood on a product and show a customer what that might look like as well. So a couple of things that we just want to share. When Karen Millman, our trendologist, brings us trends, we really take them seriously and bring them to life. So we want to share a couple examples just so you can really have some great insight into how it works. So when Sydney launched last year, this chair was all the rage. We were seeing it everywhere. And that's where this upside down V on this merchandiser came in. So when you see this, you'll know exactly how to talk to your customers, especially if you have some that have this chair everywhere in their hotel lobby. You can say, I have the perfect piece that will look great with this vibe. And it's just really fun to sell that way. And then I mentioned earlier the split wood design. That's the chair of 2025 that we are now seeing everywhere as well. So we took that split wood and we were able to put it on the side of our beverage dispensers and cereal dispensers. And it's just a really nice, sleek kind of restoration hardware look. And then I mentioned the bubble shape earlier. So not just bubbles, but it's all about kind of the ribbing and the fun, playful shapes and things like that. So we were able to add these in risers and then also our beverage dispenser in our new Brooklyn collection. And again, it's just a really playful, eye-catching piece to pop onto a display. And then what we're loving is that chrome is back, and we're seeing it paired with a lot of really nice neutrals. So that was our inspiration for our new Milo collection for this year. Just a lot of chrome accents with a lot of neutrals paired on. Okay, so another trend that we're seeing everywhere right now is the martini tree. So this was an image we pulled from Instagram. We've been seeing it all over our video reels on TikTok and Instagram, and we just knew that it was such a fun trend that we needed to come out with because one of our core materials is metal, so we can easily make this item. So this is in both our antique brass and then also our black. It has a really great carrying holder at the top for the server to carry it out to the table and make 6 people happy all at one time. This is a fun upsell for you guys. So if you have a favorite glassware that you like to sell, you can go into your customer, talk about that glassware, and then talk about the holder that can really make their restaurant Instagrammable. So this fits a lot of different types of stems, like you can see here with the coupe shape and then the wine glass as well. Just a really fun item. And also we like to recommend showing it for charcuterie cones as well. So this can be a snack stand. It doesn't need to just be for cocktails. And then this is another trend we're seeing everywhere. It's all about, again, that Instagrammable seafood tower coming out to the table. What we were able to do was take our Hudson collection, which is our best selling melamine collection. We were able to take every single color finish in that collection and now offer it as a seafood tower. So all you need to do is order the 8, the 10, and the 12-inch Hudson in whatever color you like, and the 2 stands to go in between. And then you've got that tower for the table. So a really nice, fun upsell. I know we just had a stone blue one go out the other day for a pretzel display, which was really fun. So people are using it for things outside of the seafood tower, and just a fun, really fun piece. You can also do it where it's just 2 layers, or you can have it be 3 because it's an a la carte system. Okay, and then for our Brooklyn collection that we launched this year in the black and antique brass, we really wanted to start creating some modular charts for you guys to see how Sydney and Brooklyn from last year and this year are interchangeable with each other. So you can really see that here where the stand in gold goes with all of these boxes or trays, whether it's the melamine trays or the wood or the boxes. So a lot of great charts that we've created are all on our website now or are available to download on our AIR resources folder that we can send out to you after the call as well. This is just a great tool for you and your customers. This is another item we came out with in Brooklyn this year that was inspired by the plant stands you see here on the left that I actually have in my home. And we just loved the crisscross base here. And we thought, what a great piece to have as a jar holder and then also as a riser. So this has been such a hit after people saw it at NAFM and NRA. It's already sold like crazy. What's great about it is we not only did it in this brass, but we did it in black and we did it in chrome. And you can get these polycarbonate jars that are half size or full size like you see here with a hinge lid. And we're actually adding a notched version as well, so you can pop a spoon in. And then we also have wood tops and melamine tops that you can add in to make them risers. So it's just a really great modular a la carte system. And I can show you more here where you can see that we, again, created those charts that you're able to download for your customers and show here's all the options that you can get, whether it's a melamine top, a wood top, or that cereal jar, as we call it. But so many customers have said, not just cereal, but for snack bars or for croutons by the salad bar. So these are just a really nice alternative to the glass jars that tend to have that breakage. And then again, we mentioned the lookbooks earlier and the renders. We've gone ahead and just created some for our new Brooklyn collection that you guys can go ahead and have in case, you know, you have a customer that loves Brooklyn but wants to see what it would look like set up as a hydration station, or they want to see it set up as a dessert bar or whatever the case may be. We've gone ahead and created those and we've got them available for you to download again on the link that we'll share after the call. So continue to let us be that resource to help you just really get that sell for your customers. The other thing that we went ahead and created this year was a couple different buying guides, and we started with a country club one earlier this year. This is just a screenshot of the front page, but it's about 8 to 10 pages, and we can add your logo to it and go ahead and send you the digital version so that you can share it with any country clubs you may be working with. And we broke it out by area of the country club. So you'll see the bridal suite here on this page, where we showed a bunch of great items for that brunch display. But then on the other pages, we've got the catering and the buffet pages. We've got a nice lunch restaurant page and melamine for the poolside. So we've got every area of a country club covered. So we'll definitely get you this after the call, and we'd love for you to share it with any of your country club customers. Okay, so speaking of melamine, it's our fastest growing category, and hopefully you can see why when you look at these images. We really have taken a lot of passion in the design and making sure that you don't even know it's melamine when you touch and feel it. And we've made sure that the design is high level, like really pottery-like feel. So we've done a lot of great neutrals that you can see here on the top, and then we've done some fun, playful things like the Hudson and the Bento. So I'll get into those now. So the Hudson collection I mentioned earlier is our #1 selling melamine. But I haven't really shared the inspiration yet. So I threw this on the side for you guys this morning. The inspiration really came from that pastel trend that we were seeing at Anthropologie and everywhere in retail a couple years ago. And so that's why we came out with those really fun pastel pink and greens and things like that. What's really great about this collection is the stackability and the plate cover and everything that you can do. So we've really expanded the collection since it is our best-selling collection. So you'll not only see it in the poolside colors and sizes, but you'll also see it in large format platters for catering, and you'll see it in bakery case platters and things like that. So we've got a ton in the Hudson collection. And then the bentos that I've mentioned a few times that we came out with this year. This was our inspiration here on the left. It was kind of all about that bright, sunshiny, playful poolside umbrella vibe. And we took that color palette and launched these bentos that you see on the right. And they've gotten so much hype from both NAFM and NRA and beyond that we were able to go ahead and take not just the catalog pages, but we created a whole poolside lookbook, and we actually had it printed. So you guys have versions that we can go ahead and ship out to you, and go ahead and pop a note into the chat if you'd like us to ship you some poolside guides, or we can follow up with you after. There's a link that Claudia can share where you just sign up to get some poolside guides sent directly to your home, and then you can go ahead and go out and sell to your customers. So this is a really great tool. It's about 20 pages, and it has everything we recommend for poolside. But the highlight on the front cover is those bentos. And the bentos are what we're doing that 5% spiff on for you guys for the next 2 months. So I would definitely try to get your hands on these poolside guides and get them into your customers' hands. And these are the catalog pages on the bentos, so you can really see more about them. So they're not just available in the round, but they're also available in the square and the rectangle. And for the square and the rectangle, you can add half-size inserts or quarter size inserts and really separate out those compartments for your sandwich and soup and everything, or salad. They're super stackable. Everything is matte finish on the outside, which is really the vibe that's been trending. And then it's gloss on the inside to avoid any staining. So a lot of thought went behind these, and they're just selling really, really well. So we're excited to see what you guys do with them after the spiff promotion for the next 2 months. So when it came to the dinnerware that we created this year, we went totally different than the pastel and the bright, playful bentos, and we went neutral. So this was our mood board for dinnerware. And these are some of the collections that we launched. So really all about that pottery-like feel and the neutral feel, and they're already doing really well. These are all in stock now. We really recommend requesting a sample. You won't believe it's melamine, and you'll be so excited to share it with your customers. So really quick, wanted to share on our website, there's a lot of great tips and tricks for you guys. You can actually now track your order. You see this track your order on the upper right-hand corner, and all you need to do is click that, put the PO number in, and put the zip code in. It does need to be the exact zip code. So if it was placed with a dash and additional numbers, just make sure to include that. But if it was just the 5-digit zip, include that. And then you'll be able to see if your order has shipped. But if you have any questions about that or you couldn't get that to work, the chat box on the lower right-hand corner is our amazing customer service team at the office manning it. It's not AI. We haven't gotten there yet. So you can always ask for inventory, tracking, anything like that that you may need. And then you can always request a sample here under catalog. You just hover and then click request a sample. It's a great, easy form where you can say, hey, I need some bento boxes because we've got this promotion coming up, and go ahead and fill that out and we'll get them sent to you. And then you can also download our various catalogs on here as well. So a lot of great tools for you. We will be sending all this info out after, but we always recommend kind of browsing and playing around on our website because we're always adding new tools for you. And then if you loved what you saw today and you love some of the photos and the trends and everything like that, definitely follow us on Instagram. We are going to be giving out some coffee gift cards to anyone that follows us and then comments in the chat done, or just say, I followed. You won't regret it. I think everyone is in that kind of phase of making sure that they're following their customers and the chefs they work with, and everyone is on Instagram looking for new ideas and trends, and so your customers are on there, so we always recommend that you're on there too and following your favorite manufacturers. So I think that you'll have a lot of fun on our page, and we welcome you to follow us. And then the last chance to also win another coffee gift card from us is to scan this QR code. This is our text club. So if you scan the QR code and just say hi from IFG, we will send you coffee. We love this text club because it allows us to send updates when new product comes into stock, and you can really just be the first to know. So it's kind of your exclusive way in with Calmel, and we don't send a lot of crazy texts like a lot of the retailers where you're like, why are they blowing up my phone? That won't be us, but you can definitely be in the know when new things come out. Thank you so much. We love working with you. I know I only took 30 minutes, but we did want to leave some time for questions, comments, feedback. We're here for you, and we just love working with you. So thank you so much.
Good morning, Eaton. Can you all hear me? Chris.
Hey guys, can you hear me? Can hear you.
Hey, yes, we can hear you now.
Awesome.
All right, I've got
Cool.
you spotlighted for everybody. So you have the floor, sir.
Okay, so hey everybody, my name is Chris Boyce of Eat Marketing in Clearwater, Florida. This is Bobby Lang, Turbo Chef and Cook Tech. First, I just want to say thank you for allowing us to spend a little bit of time and go over some of our brands with you. Today, we just want to talk to you about some ventless options. It's becoming increasingly popular and in demand nowadays. We all know maybe a hood is somewhere around 3,000 square foot. It's the most expensive part of your kitchen. There are very many solutions to deviate from that direction, and we just want to talk to you a little bit about that, give you a few bullet points to make you dangerous on your own in the field. We have a new unit underneath the Turbo Chef line called Chibo. On this call as well is Mitch Tischer from Star Holdings. He's going to talk to you a little bit about Wells Ventless right after Bobby too. So with that, thank you folks. I'll see you in a few, and I'm going to hand this over to Bobby.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Well, thank you, Chris. Bobby Lang, Regional VP for Turbo Chef and Cook Tech in the Southeast, based out of Atlanta. So anything I can do to help, please let me know. But here today to show you the Turbo Chef line. Really want to just make sure everybody's familiar with the ventless equipment that we have. All Turbo Chef equipment is electric and fully ventless. If you're not familiar with kind of where Turbo Chef came from, this is the bullet oven. So this is the rapid cook microwave assist with high velocity air impingement or convection oven. So this is kind of our flagship model and where Turbo Chef got their start. And over the years, we've kind of gone into accelerated cooking. Over here, okay, if you don't mind bringing a little bit, thank you, to the double batch. So we also have conveyors. A lot of chain accounts, a lot of pizza places use our conveyors. They're up to 3 stackable and be totally ventless, 16-inch pizzas. So you can do your ventless cooking in the conveyor mode, but then we also have the double batch, which we actually call the conveyor in a box. So you have your 2 chambers. They can be set at different temperatures or all the same. And this rack inside actually oscillates, so it goes back and forth to cook that perfect pizza. I honestly would put it up against any other pizza oven on the market. It cooks a fantastic pizza, fresh dough, frozen dough, par cooked, anything like that. And again, always keep in mind, all of these ovens that we're showing today are totally ventless. But why we're here today is really to show you guys something that you can be aggressive out on the street and selling, and really, one, ventless equipment, but also something that, you guys can really get your foot in the door with some of these mom and pops, independent restaurants. So today we're showing the latest oven of the TurboChef lineup. This is called the Chibo Plus. So this has been a Middleby oven for a few years now, but trying to get their place in the American market. We have brought them underneath the TurboChef umbrella for the culinary support, the tech support, everything that comes with TurboChef now has the Chibo Plus. But the biggest thing is we are going to keep this oven, vary the cost down, so that one, it's affordable, but also to keep that entry level. So go after those entry level ovens in the market. So this cost dealer net is about $6,900 to you guys. So really nice cost. I mean, it's literally about, less than half the price of a Bullet. And I actually call this oven the Bullet Junior. So it's a nice 15-inch footprint. And again, totally ventless. But it's never going to have the bells and whistles of a TurboChef oven. All other TurboChef ovens have the Wi-Fi capabilities, the open kitchen capabilities of that new HLUI control that you see on all of TurboChef ovens. We're going to keep this simple. It's going to be a very nice entry-level control. You still have capabilities of 64 recipes, which, to be honest, any independent restaurant, majority of restaurants out there, you're not going to need more than 10 or 20 recipes. This has the capability of 64. It has the USB capability, so multiple locations can still use that menu builder that's available through Open Kitchen, and also just the programmability of a standard high-speed oven that you would see anywhere on the market. But this is the Chibo Plus, like I said, about $6,900 dealer net to you guys. But I call it the Bullet Junior. It really kicks some butt. It's our TurboChef entry-level oven. It's priced less than the Eco and the Eco ST, but I would say it outperforms both of those ovens. So it's really a nice entry-level oven. The base is a ceramic glass base. So just like your Praticas in the market, you have that heated base. It gets up to 640 degrees with a 12.5-inch base. So you can do a 12-inch pizza. And then you also have the microwave rapid cook assist to be able to do some of your egg rolls, your chicken tenders, anything like that. Really nice pizza comes out of it. But anything that you would do in a rapid cook oven, you can absolutely do in a Chibo Plus. And it's a 15-inch wide footprint. And like I said, 64 recipes. So that's the Chibo Plus. We got the Bullet and the double batch. If you're not familiar with the TurboChef lineup, I would love to answer any kind of questions. But that's kind of what we're here today is to talk about ventless ovens. But I also do want to show a little bit about CookTech. That is my sister company. CookTech is made under the same roof as TurboChef. I don't think so. Yeah. Just asking if we had any questions. I don't think so. So I'm just going to keep moving. But the CookTech line, and I want to show this little PowerPoint real quick, just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of CookTech. And while Mitch is talking about the Wells hooded systems, just kind of, these are fully electric, so you can put these under these Wells hoods. Give us 1 second. Can you guys see the CookTech?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Okay, great. So real quick, thank you, Kay. Real quick, and you can just run into the induction portion. So these are your countertop induction units. Just want to kind of show you, the walks, the induction units, countertop that are available through CookTech. Like I said, these are made under the same roof as Turbo Chef, just north of Dallas, Texas. And if you want, slide to that next slide. This is our new 6-hob. So the really cool thing about this, we just released this at NAFM. These 6 and 4-hob induction ranges, they could be a floor unit or it could be a drop-in unit or countertop. Every other induction out there, whether it's a 4 range, a 6 range, when one of those hobs or range units go out, the entire circuit goes out. So here we've designed this new technology to where if one range or hob goes out, that's the only one that goes out. So you still have your 3 more hobs, your 5 more ranges, whatever you got, the 4-hob or 6-hob. So that is a really cool new technology, and you actually can lift off the top of that and just swap out the coil whenever one of those do go out, so you're not down the entire unit. So that's our newest thing from CookTech. And then also I just wanted to show you a little bit the planchas. I love these planchas. If a customer only had electric but really wanted to do smash burgers or really wanted to do a cheesesteak concept, anything like that, these planchas they heat up super fast, super even cook. And like I said, Mitch is going to be talking about the well. So just you can kind of picture these electric units underneath that well's hood, and you can have almost like a kitchen in a box. So you do have the drop-in, the countertop units, and then lastly, the stock pots. So this is our induction stock pot. The first time I ever saw this, I thought, wow, an employee taking a 40-quart stock pot and dropping that there, that's going to crack real fast. But that glass is actually built super durable. They actually test it, and there's a video I think online of someone with a bowling ball dropping it from 6 feet up and it's not cracking. So these things are built super durable. So whether it's the stock pot, the induction countertop, or the planchas, you have these electric options to really have that full capability of cooking underneath a Wells unit. So whether it's Turbo Chef being fully electric and fully ventless, or CookTech being fully electric, there's plenty of options nowadays, away from gas. And that's pretty much all I've got.
All right. Thanks again, everyone, for letting me join this Ventless symposium. Bob B., thank you for the introduction, and also Chris Boyce, thanks for the invite. IFG, you guys are great partners, and I'm ecstatic to kind of just share a little bit more, take a deeper dive into Wells Ventless, because we've got some cool stuff. We've been doing it for a long time. We're actually going all in, and we've got a lot of cool things, new technology. We're redoing what we currently have, making it look sleeker, making it look just more up to date. So let me jump into things real quick. In case you need a resource other than Chris Boyce for Wells Ventless, this is my contact information. I'm the Southeast Regional for Star Holdings Group. So not only is that Wells, oh shoot, sorry, I was going to jump ahead, but not only is that Wells, that's all 8 brands under one roof. That's Star, Wells, Toastmaster, Lang, Magic Kitchen, you name it. But today's focus is going to be on Wells Ventless. So what does that Wells Ventless line look like? So we've got 5 different things kind of to fill needs and to fit and make solutions for customers. So the main one that we usually sell the most of is going to be the WVU model. That is the universal hood. So that universal hood comes in 4 different sizes. You can do 2 feet, 4 feet, 6 feet, or 8 feet. The 8-footer is the WVU 96. You can only put electric equipment beneath it. So it's a smart system. It's a smart hood. It's all fully integrated. You get the fire suppression. You've got the recirculating ventless solution, extracting grease and odors from the air. And you can fully, create what you want your little makeshift kitchen to be. You can put whatever electric equipment. Well, I don't want to say whatever. We do have an approval process, but there are many selections that you can choose from to put, electric equipment underneath it. As far as the VCS line, that's like an all-encompassing system. So not only do you have the cooking equipment, you also have the ventless hood that's built in to the system. So it's literally, I call this one like the plug and play. So we're going to drop this thing off, you wheel it in place, plug it in, and away you go. So you can turn any dead area into a revenue generating space. Then we have the countertop model. It's literally just sits on top of the countertop, goes above the piece of equipment that you want to bring into the kitchen as far as a ventless application. And then we've got the WVC46 canopy hood. This is really a hood we're trying to evolve this particular hood. Right now, it still needs to be supported by a wall. So it's like back mounted to a wall. We want to making it to where you can actually suspend it, like in the middle of a room, a true canopy hood, maybe for like teppanyaki type grills and things like that. And then the last one that we have is it's a specialty hood. It's made specifically for fryers. So we had it and it came back about 5 years ago. I mean, it came back about 2 years ago because of the demand. We had a lot of donut facilities that they were in leased spaces and they didn't want to put a type 1 hood in, and this made more sense. They could get into a cheap space, they own this equipment, they put it in and they put 2 fryers underneath it, and bam, away they go. So the fryer model is very, very similar to the WVU model, except that we dropped the nozzles, the fire suppression nozzles, another 6 inches. And that's really the only change. It drops 6 inches so that we can put deeper fryers underneath it. Okay, there was a lot on that slide, so I got to make up some ground here, but I'm sure you all know the 3 types of hood systems. One, there's a type 1, obviously. Then you have the type 2, the condensate hood. And then you have a 3. It's not really an option. It's really a type 1 with an exception. So type 1 grease hood, type 2 condensate hood, and then you have a type 1 exception, and there's 2 kinds. You have the UL, KL, and Z, which eliminates grease-laden vapors, or you have the UL 710B, which is basically going to be our system, which recirculates the air in space and captures the grease-laden vapors through a filtration system. So where can we use these products? And again, keep in mind, this is probably not a product that you're like trying to get spec'd or anything like this. It's truly a solution. So those 9 areas are just some of the areas where we've found great success. So in historic buildings where you cannot penetrate walls or do a lot of things to that building, but you've moved into that building and you want to cook in that building, well, you can use a Wells ventless hood system. Other places, malls and food courts, of course, long runs for venting type 1 hoods, probably cost prohibitive. Same with stadiums, arenas, airports, high-rise buildings, the restaurants that go on the top floor, those kinds of things. You look at cost and what it costs to run, that vent and ductwork, multiple floors. Does it make sense? Does it not? I don't know. That's math and can be done by those who are considering ventless versus a traditional type 1 hood. But leased spaces, ghost kitchens, and remodels are huge. Like a remodel, for instance, if you've got a customer, a chain customer, and they're going through a remodel, they could bring in a Wells ventless universal hood, put 4 or 5 electric cooking equipment pieces underneath it, and they can still generate revenue as they're remodeling, so they can keep their kitchen open. As you know, ghost kitchen lease spaces, again, it's your equipment, it's the customer's equipment, it's transferable. It can go wherever they go, so it's not part of the building. So again, there's the lineup, the 2-footer, the 4-footer, the 6 and 8-footer. One benefits to our system also is the universal fire suppression system. So a lot of times with the traditional type 1, you've got to adjust your nozzle height depending on the piece of equipment that's beneath it. Not with Wells ventless. Every nozzle's at the same height, which means For whatever reason, UL allows us to interchange the pieces of equipment. So if you want the fryer now on the left and you want the griddle on the right because of operations and flow, you can do that very easily. Doesn't matter. So what do we have on our spec sheet? Yes, yes.
Yep. Okay. So the question is, do you have a spreadsheet or any additional information that helps to calculate the cost, benefit, or savings on investing in a ventless hood?
You know, we tried to do, that's a good question. And we tried to do that previously in the past.
Leave it
There's
to
so
Ian.
many factors that go into it. You know, everyone's labor rate is different. I mean, we can probably, the rule of thumb that I usually share is like and you guys can tell me if this is accurate or not, but I've been told $2,000 per foot for running ductwork with a Type 1 hood. So, I mean, I
Okay.
use that number. I don't know if that is true or not.
I would imagine.
Does that-
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar, guys? Does that kind of accurate? 2,000 per foot? Okay, it does then.
Okay.
It's 100% accurate.
And we have okay, we've
Yes,
got one
that's
more
that sounds
question.
about right. But
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too, like 2,000 or 2,500, or may have went up since everything else has went up recently anyway. So, next question is, what is the process to qualify electrical equipment? I would presume to be placed underneath the hood system.
Perfect. I was getting there right now. So this cut sheet gives you that information. Yep. So on page 2, it's a 3-page cut sheet. So this is the WVU 96, the 8-foot universal hood. We give dimensions and clearances on page 2 of the actual ventless hood. And then on page 3 are the equipment requirements. It basically tells you the parameters for what we would approve and not approve for going underneath it. So let me break that out. Let me extrapolate a little bit. So with the electric equipment itself, so there's UL has said, hey, for fryers, you can only use a fryer underneath your hood at a 16.9 kilowatt per foot rating, energy rating. Griddles are 5.5 kilowatt per foot. So what we've done, in a lot of that, you can check the cut sheet. The cut sheet's going to tell you kilowatt per foot, and it's going to tell you your max cooking temp. So there's things like the griddle can have a max cooking temp of 450. So your Magic Kitchens, your really heavy duty griddles probably aren't going to go beneath it because most of those run at 550, right? So there's little things like that, and you get more comfortable. But the good thing is that, and this is the approval application. So let's say you sit down with the customer and they want to put a 4-burner CookTech induction system with maybe a fryer and a 24-inch griddle. What we've done is we've actually, where'd my list of pre-approved equipment go? Shoot. I thought I had it. That's my next slide. All right, it's missing. So I have a pre-approved list of equipment of our 8 brands that can go beneath it. We also have taken it the next step, and if you go to Wells-MFG and you go to the ventless portion and click on whatever hood that you want, there is now a tab there that says configure your hood. And it's this easy. Literally, you go there, configure the hood. We have drop-down boxes for all the griddles, all the fryers, and we continue to add to this library. Right now, it's just our 8 brands, but we're putting, our brother and sister companies in there, South Bend, Turbo Chef. Everything's getting put into this library. So if you don't see something, you can just let us know. Previously, it's been a paper application, and we're moving to online to make it easier for everyone. Did that kind of answer your question as far as what can go beneath? Yeah.
It
so
did.
I have a
on
question,
my
Mitch,
end,
if I
it did.
could.
Yes, sure.
This is Tammy from E.H. Thompson. So I noticed on that one slide, it said that charbroilers and smokers were not, could not fall up underneath those hoods. Could you tell us why?
Sure. So charbroilers, and some charbroilers are approved, to be honest, but they have to be electric. So I'm not a huge fan of electric charbroilers just because I hear this all the time. Hey, it's not hot enough. People are used to fire and charbroilers. So you can put an electric charbroiler under there, but I really would recommend just a flat top, a griddle with grooving if you want like markings on your food and whatnot. So you can do two ways, but it's really the smoke. So any type of like wood fuel, that is going to definitely require a true type 1 hood. So actual smoke and things like that, fire will not be allowed underneath the hood. Okay.
So,
All right,
I'm gonna ask one more question. Sorry. So the difference between the smoke coming off of out of the smoker versus coming out of a steamer is one's a moist, and one's not.
Correct, and I think it also has to do with the fuel type. So, like, depending on what charbroiler or what you're cooking underneath, that hood that smoke that's being the fuel part being released into the hood is a big factor as well.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm about to wrap this up. These are good slides here just for visualization. And site considerations. This is the important part for our dealers, right? So we can vent horizontally at 108-inch ceiling height, and you can vent vertically at 120. Those are really the only two things you need to do. We ship standard with horizontal, and you can convert it to vertical in the field if you need to. The plenum ships as one piece. That's the hood, and it will fit through a 36-inch opening. So, and that is all the way up to the 96. What it does is you actually turn it kind of like on its back and stand it up and slide it through the 36 inches. The thing you have to be aware of is when you get into the 72s and 96s, you got to make sure you can make a turn once you get through that doorway because of the length. So it's one piece. So I always make sure and tell everyone, make sure you have a clear path to where the thing is going to be set, right? And another big thing is always, you have like an HVAC specialist, just do a performance, like check the air system, and make sure you have adequate fresh air exchange happening in that space. It's very important. We need 200 CFM per is it per 2 feet or is it per linear foot? I forget, but I think the 96 needs 1600, so that would be 200 per foot. Okay. So this is what it looks like when it arrives. We put that bad boy in a crate. We strap the side panels to the top of it. There's a box on the left. That's all the little pieces that come with it. So basically, again, your hood, your stand, your side panels, you've got your filters will be inside the plenum. You have your hood stand, your bottom support, and your hood components are in the box. What are those hood components? You've got your vertical discharge, you have a remote pull station, you have a grease cup. I do want to point out, as far as our competition, like Giles has been around and playing in this same field as us for a while. There's some differences between us, and I want to point those out. So list price, they're going to come in a little bit less than us, but they hide the back end cost. All right. So it looks like they're a little less expensive and kind of like the same thing, but it's not. They're going to ship this to you, and then you got to hire a third party to come in and basically install it, put it together, but also plumb all the ANSEL, all the fire suppression system. That's hours of work. And then you've got to do all the other stuff, have the electrical guy out. When we ship, it's fully assembled. So nozzles, fire suppression, filtration, everything's ready to go. All you have to do is assemble it. So we're going to be slightly higher priced, but in the grand scheme of things, if you tally up the third party labor and all those costs, I personally think we're kind of the easier route as well as the better route to go. So once you assemble the side panels, you need heavy lifting equipment to set that plenum on top of those side panels. Imagine lifting, that's a 48 incher. That's the 4-footer. Imagine lifting the 96 up top. So really, that's it. So from crate to grate, we do have the VCS systems. Like I said, different combinations of those. So if you want something more simple, if they have exactly what they want to do and like have that like in mind, they need a flat top, 2 burners. They want a convection oven base. I mean, we have like, I think 18 different combinations for the VCS systems. So let me take some questions if you have those. I think I'm right at 10 o'clock. I don't know, or 11 o'clock. I don't know if that's when this ended, but I wanted to try and keep it there if we could. Any questions?
Hi, it's Ian. It's just a quick question. What are the sort of lead times on ventless hoods? And given that they're quite high specification products.
Yeah, good question. So last year we had a capacity issue. We've made a lot of changes at the factory. We obsoleted some loss leaders for us, eliminated those from production, freed up some space. We added another Wells ventless line. So now we have this WVU 72 coming down one line. We've got the 48, 96 coming down another, and a complete separate line for VCS. So when we had our capacity issues middle of 2024, we were at 13 weeks and we said, this can't happen again. Made those changes and now we are at 3 weeks on any ventless, sometimes 2. We're moving these things right now.
Okay. And obviously you showed us, where do you see the increase in demand coming from? Is it chains or is it just all over the place given the uniqueness of the building requirement that a ventless is appropriate to?
Sure. I'm seeing huge gains in the convenience store world. So your crispy crunchies of the world. I just think there's an application. These, gas stations, they want to get into the food scene. Their kitchens are getting more elaborate. So I'm seeing it there. Plus they can, if they just wanted to add one of those like the WVAE 55 FC, it's a 16-inch wide, 55-pound capacity fryer. If you had someone that just wanted to add chicken wings to their menu, maybe it's a bar, maybe it's, I don't know, the gas station, right? If anyone wants to add food and they're looking for a solution, those are your customers. So street sales and just having general knowledge and identifying situations where this is a solution, I think that's the most important part.
Great. Yeah. The team have any questions, or are we all up to speed?
Any questions on ventless?